Hello, guys, and welcome back from everywhere you're watching. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night to anyone and everyone who's watching League Scroll. Yeah, it's morning. As you can see, it's bright and early here at in Kenya, and we are here to talk about the predictions and all the games that are being played all through the English Premier League and each and every team that has a fixture today on Saturday. Yeah, so sit back, drink some water, relax, and let's see how and why we're gonna. This is the first segment of these predictions, and I've never done this before, but let's see how we can do by trying to give predictions of each and every game played on Saturday, looking over all the previous fixtures, the immediate previous fixtures that have been played for these teams meeting today. So I'll be starting with West Ham is playing against Chelsea. That's we call it the North London. It's a West London derby, and yeah, West Ham will be hosting Chelsea. And Chelsea currently at 10th, and West Ham also aren't doing so well. So David Moyes will be revitalizing his team to try and get a result in the second part of the season. So let's see how it's gonna be. But this game previously, if you check the history, it's not been an easy game for Chelsea, as we call them, the one of the big six teams. So let's see how it's gonna be, but I can assure you it's gonna be tough. Chelsea played last weekend, and they played against which team, and they went on a bare 0-0 draw, and that wasn't so Chelsea like the one that the Chelsea that we have been knowing. So on this West Ham Chelsea fixture, I think I'm gonna go for let's say a draw. It's gonna be a draw because uh, trying to look at how Chelsea have been performing against West Ham, it hasn't been it hasn't been easy. So I can assure you that Chelsea aren't gonna get the 3 points on the road against West Ham. But let's get on to Leicester and Tottenham. Tottenham did did us a favor last weekend playing against Manchester City, and they famously took the 3 points at Tottenham Stadium, and I'm happy it was a good result for Arsenal. So yeah, let's see how they're gonna perform against Leicester away. But Leicester this season haven't been so good, so tuseme tu ukweli is gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard, but Leicester are also trying to, you know, get on from the ashes. And like a phoenix in the second half of the season, I hope they try and get results so that they can't be then Leicester are not a championship type of club to go down there. They just won the Premier League a few years ago, 2016, I guess. And so it's not quite it's too early to say that they are under threat of being relegated. So again, Leicester against Tottenham. Let's see how it's gonna be. But my prediction for this game is that I think Tottenham might get 3 points. Might get 3 points because they are now like truly they are encouraged by their performance against Manchester City and how they played out. And Antonio Conte will be back at the touchline, so it's gonna be another boost for the team morale. So I think Leicester are gonna lose this game. Yeah, their defense hasn't been so solid. They haven't kept a clean sheet, I think, for the longest period of time. And I think Tottenham have a good defensive coach and their defense style. So I guess this game is gonna go maybe let's say 1-2 because Leicester keep scoring, but they never keep a clean sheet. And I think Tottenham Tottenham and Harry Kane are gonna put one over above them. And so yeah, let's move on to Arsenal and Brentford. As I have predicted in my previous video of Arsenal versus Brentford and the preview, I think Arsenal are gonna win this. I won't say comfortably, but I will say Arsenal are gonna win. Not because I'm an Arsenal fan, but because we are unbeaten at home this season in the English Premier League, and yeah, Brentford are a good side, but having taken 3 points at their stadium away in the first half of the season on a 3-0 thrashing and a thunderbolt of a strike from Fabio Vieira, I don't see any other result. The worst result that can come out of this game is a draw, which I don't see, and I think Arsenal are going to win this comfortably 3-0. I'll predict that a 3-0 again. Yeah, let's move on to Bournemouth and Newcastle. I haven't followed much of Bournemouth. I only know Bournemouth when we played against them and beat them. Yeah, with the goals coming in quick, fast. So, but Newcastle are the best team defensively so far. And let's see how it's gonna be. But I guess Bournemouth have started the campaign well, and they've kind of lagged off. They've kind of lagged off, and Newcastle will be trying to cement their top four chances this season. So yeah, Newcastle have been a great side. They're so far in the Carabao semi-final. Final. They are actually in the final. They're actually in the final of the Carabao, and they'll be playing against Manchester United. That is not gonna be a walkover game for Manchester United because Newcastle so far have proven us wrong. And with the quality additions of Isaac and Trippier and the likes of the goalkeeper Pope, yeah, they're really going to do massive things this season. Don't you sleep on them. So let's see. I think Bournemouth are gonna struggle against Newcastle, but if all goes well, this game can be a draw, but I don't see it. So I'll say another 1-2 win to Newcastle. Yeah, Fulham hosting Nottingham Forest at the Craven Cottage. And let's see, this is a London derby. Too many London teams in this competition this season, as you have noticed. And there, Fulham played against Chelsea, beat them at the Craven Cottage, and went on to Chelsea and drew 0-0. So I can assure you, Fulham are a team to reckon. And Nottingham Forest haven't been so good after spending all that cash in the summer. But I think so far they've been trying their best, and after spending all that and then being relegated again, it's gonna look quite bad. Have either of these teams sacked their coaches? I think Fulham are a culprit to sack their coaches after a bounce of poor results. Nottingham Forest, I'm not so sure, but I can actually say this game could end in a draw. I don't know how many goals will be scored, but it's gonna end in a draw, whatever the goals are scored. Crystal Palace will be hosting Brighton after losing out at Manchester United. And Brighton are a good side. So Patrick Vieira has an uphill task against Brighton and Deserbe. So if you think Brighton deserve it, let's see how. So what I did then, Crystal Palace are gonna do with Patrick Vieira. We loaned out, Arsenal loaned out the midfield youngster. Who do we call this guy? Lokonga to Crystal Palace to at least try and get his groove on. And I don't know how this game is gonna go, really, guys, but I can assure you this game is gonna be tough. The likes of Marsh at Brighton, Crystal Palace have their maestros also. Oh my God, Brighton. win. Brighton win, away win to Brighton on a narrow 0-1. 0-1. Yeah, that is my prediction. And Southampton will be hosting Wolves. Wolves are massive. Wolves are massive. We all know this. We don't have to talk much about Wolves. They beat Liverpool last weekend. I don't have to go much into that because I'll be opening wounds of many Liverpool fans because that wasn't the Liverpool we have been knowing. Just 3 years ago, they were league champions, and it has gone downhill since then. As you can see, Wolves beat Liverpool 3-0 with another good finish from Ruben Neves for the third goal. And yeah, Southampton are Southampton. I know they sacked Hansi Flick. He was a good manager, but I don't know how they managed to sack him. He was a good manager. He knew how to manage those Southampton and the crowd also. But I can assure you, Southampton hosting Wolves is another good fixture. So be sure to catch that today. But I can tell you not to be too sure about this game. But if you're a gambling man, Southampton playing Wolves, I'd say you put where your money you put your money where your mouth is. Oh, this game is tricky. I don't know. Let me try and think. Southampton playing against Wolves. Wolves coming on the bounce of beating Liverpool at home. Hmm? Southampton, I don't know which fixture they played against, and I actually don't know any result. But I can assure you, Wolves are on. Yeah, they're a pack of wolves, and they're gonna get something out of this game. So I'd say a draw or a win for Wolves. That's all I can say. That's for those gamblers out there. Put your money where your mouth is. And you guys play responsibly. Gambling is not permitted for people under the age of 18. And be responsible. Yeah, that's all I can say. Be responsible. And those are the fixtures I'm gonna talk about. I'll speak on the Sunday fixtures, but so far, let's see how these games go. Maybe you can use all my predictions and get something tonight. So yeah, let's see how it's gonna be. But as for all you Gunners out there, come on, you Gunners, let's get this.